you which means you need to go through the notes on your own, right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Normally, you're supposed to have gone through it already. Yes, you did not
Yes,
take
sir.
the minute. I don't know why you were out. Was there any specific reason?
Yes, sir.
Come again.
Yes, the one.
All right. Hope I think of the issues or whatever the reason was. All is well now.
The second thing.
All right, all right, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to start with.
The assignment for my life. Go.
No, just continue the program with in Python, then functions in Python. All right. So we'll start with what's a function. So go ahead. Um, why what's a function?
A function is a block of reusable code that performs a specific task. I don't repeat yourself. No, so that the people that are hearing can know.
So yeah, a function is a block of reusable code that performs a specific task. It helps avoid repetition, makes code more what modular and maintainable. Okay. Seems my voice having issues. Awesome. No, you don't have to join the call. You can that's it there.
Oh,
You can also follow here.
yes. Yes.
Yes. You don't have to join the call. You get it. So you just scroll down to functions, right? That's it. Are you there? Okay, so let's continue. So
It helps make
so it makes code more modular and maintainable, allows input, output. So first of all, it helps to avoid repetition. For example, let's say you're writing you're writing code, right? That you need to do addition as many times as possible. You get it? Will you want that every addition, let's say you always come and say, okay, um, you always grab the variables again, and let's say you always do this in Python. If you want to grab something from the user, what do you do? You use, let's say, a is equals to input, enter,
number.
let's say
Mm.
first first number, right? First number. We get A, then B, put, enter, um, second number, then we get B. And then after will come, they say X or answer equals plus B. Imagine every time you need to do addition in that project, you have to do this. Every time you come and do it, it's not, it doesn't make sense, right? If you could have just written a function and every time you need to do all of these, you just call that function, which is just one line, it does this inside that function. So you see how function helps to do what? To avoid repetition, right? Just leave. Let me share. Yeah, I think there's some things which I will need to do. Which if I was sharing, would be
Goodbye, class.
better. Okay. Well, why Migo is still coming on? Why Migo is still coming on? See, come get the flash or a flash. Yeah, let's continue. So we see that we see that for us to avoid repetition, we need to use functions, right? Okay. Then, or let's say you want to write a program to let's say for example you want to write you're coding an AI that cooks fufu. You just want to write a function to do that. Maybe the function name is cook fufu. When I call that function, the function contains everything to cook fufu. Not that every time you under the yeah you come and write the whole code again. Every time you write the whole code again doesn't make sense, right? That's it. Hmm? Oh, okay, it's just like for example, let's say even in companies, right? If you want to hire someone for a job, you hire someone who knows already, right? Like for if you want like something, someone who can do it efficiently, right? You hire someone who knows that thing already. You get it on rather than hiring someone who doesn't know it, they come and have to spend time to teach that person. So that person who knows is like the function, eh, like the person who has all the code. You just have to get the person that does the work. On you get it, yeah. Unlike having someone who doesn't know the thing, person, then teach the person before the person does it. That's waste of time and money too. Are we there? Okay. Then it makes and maintainable. Yes, why so? Because you see that if we have a function, so let me go back to here. Oh, okay. Okay. So if we have a function, let's say um let's say like the function add, you get it. Every time we need to add, what do? We just call add and it does it. For example, let me come here. Let me use text. Okay, so we have our add function. What's this? Okay, so use Python syntax, right? Def add. Hmm? It's a function. What does it do?
Add
It adds, right?
two things.
Exactly. So we want it to add. Let's say, so first of all, this function needs to take two things. Let's say, a comma b, right? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Let's say in our case, we actually want that inside our function, we should grab it from the user. So A to input, let's see, enter first number, right? So now when you run this function, we call this function is going to ask the user for the first number, which you put b equals to input. So enter second number. Then you return what? Return a plus b. That's clear, right?
Yes.
So my one, that's Python syntax to create a function. Okay. So what happens here? Every time you need to add, what do? You just come anytime your function, you just call it add, and that's all. So let's say just say let's say sum is equal to add, and that's it. That's all you need to do. I does all this work for you. Are we there? So you just need to put this one line of code, all of this work for you.
I say when you run it.
Yes. So anytime you need to add again, you just do the same thing. It's going to call this add function and do it for you. So now let's come to this. So we're talking about it doing what? Maintaining your code, right?
Yes.
Are we there?
Yes.
So we said it helps do what? To
Yes, good morning.
make code more modular and maintainable. So modular means that what? It divides your code into different modules. You get it? So if you want to add, you just call this add, does the work. And maintainable in such a way that what? If there's an issue with addition, you just go to that addition function
And adjust.
and resolve it or adjust it there. Your whole code to look for where the issue could be coming from. Okay. Next, it allows what? Input and outputs, which is return values. So you see that the inputs for functions are called parameters and the outputs are called return, right? So for example, in this case, you see that we're returning something. So this return means that what? There has an output which is what? A plus B, which is the sum of A and B. But right now, our inputs are what? This here, right? But in this case, we not pass A and B as parameters, right? We're collecting them inside our function. Is that clear? Any question? Go ahead.
So as you said, not as a mass parameter.
Mhm.
Somehow potential.
Yeah, we're going to see that within the notes. Okay. Now, defining and calling functions. Syntax. I def, put the function name, and then you put the parameters. Are you seeing where the parameters are? My one, concentrate there. Are you seeing where the parameters are supposed to end? Have you ever seen that syntax before? Are you sure? That's not your
So I've
first time.
seen it.
Hmm?
I've seen it.
Exactly. That's why you asking that question. Yes,
Yes, so sorry.
okay. Then you see, now you return what? The value, right? So you start what? Now, it's optional to return something because you can only return if your function has an output, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is optional to get to do what? To get parameters. For example, we say our add function, which I had here, right? There were no parameters, but it returned. Okay, let's go back. Now, an example of a function. We have there, it gets a parameter name. Are you seeing? It gets a parameter name and then returns what? Hello and the name. Exactly.
Yes.
So let me write the code. So to have def greet is a function, right? So remember when you put the parentheses, the interpreter that what you're talking about a function right now. Our greet needs what? Someone a name, right? So the user needs to pass their name and then it return hello with name. That's it.
Exclamation point. But it doesn't affect the code. I was just saying exclamation point.
Explanation.
Exclamation point. Sorry.
Ah, okay.
It's now that I realize that does not affect the code.
Yeah, yeah, it's not necessary. Yes. But you get it right, my. So this is how we write a function in Python. Then now to call the function, what do we do? You call it, you put the name, that's great. Function is great, right? And what is it expecting? It's expecting something. Mm? So the function has a parameter. What's the parameter of that name, right? Yes. So you give the name, which is let's say anything. Let's say ng, and then but right now, if I run this function, if I run this specific, I'm not expecting anything. Should I run it?
Yes.
Nothing happened.
I told you. So better to
I'm using Windows. That's why. Nothing happened, right? Why so? Because we're actually not doing anything. We're not displaying anything to the screen. Is there any? Are you seeing any place where I've prints? There's no prints in my code, right? So you should not be expecting anything on the screen. Are we there?
yes.
It will only display because actually we know that was this greet function. What does it return? Like as I've called you like this, what are we expecting?
The new
What's it? What are we expecting for it to return?
G.
What is it returning? Like give me the full sentence, please, or string that it's returning.
It is returning the parameter name.
Are you sure? Go to the greet. This is a greet function. What
Yes.
does the greet function return?
Name.
Exactly. So what are we want? What am I expecting this to return?
Hello G.
Exactly. So I'm expecting it to return help, right? So it actually returns it, but we're not doing anything with it. That's the issue.
So because I'm not doing anything, it's not displayed.
Well, it's not about it's not the fact that we want. The only reason why it's not displaying anything is because I'm not saying you should display it, right?
Okay.
Uh because you could still do any you could still other than displaying it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yes.
So right now, let's say we want to display it, what it returns. So what we do? We use print, right? And then inside print, want to grab whatever and print it. So now, if I run this again, I'm expecting hello G. Is that clear? Is it clear for everyone? Okay, let's continue. So, okay, now function require parameters. First, def add a comma b, return a plus b. So this was this, right? This is a function which does what? It adds two different variables, that's a and b. Are we there?
Yes.
Okay. So function is expecting that the user is going to give a and give b, and then it's going to do what? Return their sum. So let me come here. Okay, so let's def add expecting b, and then we return a plus b. Now what we call it, what are we going to do? Put add the right. So which is, so let's say our a is 6, our b is 4. This way nothing is going to happen, right? Mm? Because it's returning something and we're not making use of it. So now let's make use of it. So let's use a different strategy. What that whatever it returns should be collected by a variable. So let's say sum equal to add a, add 6. Then now we can print sum. So I've printed sum, which is 10. Is that clear for everyone? It's
Why did
clear.
you why did you not display it as print ad, like some ad in a print statement?
Oh, why did I not do it?
Why is it just some?
Why is it just sum, Tiola?
Why is it just some?
Yeah, why did I just say print sum?
Because you equated that add function to sum, so you can call the sum.
Exactly. So now sum is equal to what? This, which means anything that this add, this particular function returns, is going to be given to what? Sum. So sum is going to have the of this add function.
Sum is a variable.
Yes. And what's the result of this add function? It's a plus b. So a plus b, which is plus 4, which is 10, is going to be given to sum. So when you print sum, you're going to have 10. Is that clear? We could still do this and give the result of this greet function to a variable and printed only that variable. It should have still worked. Are we there? Okay, let's continue. Next, we have default. Okay, in this case, let's look at something. If, let's say I omitted something, I omitted one parameter. What did will happen?
Show an error.
Exactly. So that's the error. Eh, what does it tell you? It tells you that it's missing something, right? So it's missing one required positional argument, B. But what if we said, okay, no matter what, B should be always should have a default value of 0. If you omit B, it should take what? It should use A plus 0. Are you there? So right now, I've omitted B, so it takes what? And then it says that, oh, you have not put B, so it takes the default value which you gave it, 0. So 4 plus 0 now is 4. Is that clear? The same way, if I come to this greet function and said, okay, in case the person omits name, that name should have a default value of, let's say, stranger. Hmm? Right now, if I run it, it's going to give me hello. That's it, right? But if I remove G from here, so if I omit something, I omit the name, and I run it again, that's it. Hello. It takes the default value which is there. Is that clear for everyone? Okay, let's continue. Okay, keyword arguments. So in this case, look, user, info, name, age. Okay, look at when we came here. Let me come here. When we came here and when we never had this, uh, or never had that default argument there, right? And they are omitted B or omitted something, what did you take note? You saw that the one argument which was missing was what? How do you know that I omitted a B? What if I actually was writing a B there and I said omitted A? Are you understand what I'm trying to say? Are we there? It shows that Python will always see what the first thing that you give here as the first argument here, and the second thing that you give here as the second argument here, as this second parameter. Are you there? But now, so Python has something which can help you to give it anyhow. So you could say, okay, you want that B should be equal to 3, comma, A should be equal to 5. So in this case, if you want to be able to put them anyhow, you have to actually with something. I see B equals to this, A equals to that. I can call them anyhow in any order. Now if I it should run well. 8. Is that clear? Well, you might is but I mean it's it's usable, right? You might see a part where okay, maybe you might even forget how you define that function, but you know that okay, this function needs to take this and this, but you don't know how they appear in the function, right? So you can give this, and you're sure that's going to work. Is that clear, Marwa?
Yes, sir.
So for example, this example that's here, is user info. So it's expecting what the name of the user and the age of the user. But right now, okay, the user decides to give age first, so we have that, and then gives the name. So he puts it like that. So in this case, it's going to work because the user has clearly defined that this age and this name. But if the 25 and comma at least, it's going to take 25 as what name and at least as what age, which doesn't make sense, right? Exactly. If you want to run it, you run it. Let me see. So I shouldn't be as I'm just speaking and you guys are just watching. So run it. Let me see. Let me just look at. Let's just viewing it very wide. All right. So okay. So we have we have seen keywords are keyword arguments. Now variable length arguments. I remember when I introduced this one, I say args. Okay. So right now, if you have, for example, in this add function, it's expecting what? Only two arguments to be passed, right? But let's say um let's say in your calculator you want to be able to pass as many arguments as possible. If you want to do 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, you have to do it right. Not that every time you're restricted only to 1 plus 2, then you call it again, say okay 2 plus 3, you call it again, then it doesn't make sense. Hmm? You get it?
Yes.
So you want to be able to pass as many as possible. So that's where this comes in. This star axe comes in. It allows you to do what? To pass as many arguments as possible. Are you seeing? So it is, yes, it's a special parameter, which means you must give it that name, args, args. Yes. So args is short form for arg. So let's say I change this our add function to what? Star. Instead of a and b, I use what? Star. Then yeah, I don't know, it seems like some. It's actually a sum function. Wow, cool. And I put what? That's what it's surprising, right? Don't put it as, yeah, I've never actually used it. They will have, okay. So if it's args, you can put as many arguments as possible. So I can put, let's say, 3, 6, 7. No, let me put something that we can actually submit ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me leave it like that, guys. And then let me put it 4 plus 3. Yeah, it goes. That's clear, right? Let's now can put as many arguments as possible and it's going to sum them. Remember, the name is what? Variable length arguments. So it allows for as many arguments as possible depending on you. You can put 1, you can put 2, you can put 3, you can put 4, as many as possible. So this is, yes, it is. Hmm? That is that in the background, Python just C. But they use C to code Python. Ability in C. Okay, let's come back. So you see that's it. Then now there's another one, quarks. It's the same thing as the other one. The only difference is the fact that this one now arranges. Are you seeing? You're giving it as what? A dictionary. Let's look at this. Okay. So when we talk about a dictionary in Python, what do we mean? Dictionary, let's say user is equal to, use that, right? Hmm? Let's say the user has what? Name, which is, let's say, Mary. The user has age, is 15. This user is a dictionary. I used to define a dictionary in Python. That's called a dictionary. I see.
Yes.
When I hover on it, I see it gives me dict, like short form for dictionary, right? That's it. Okay. We use quarks. So let's create this. So you see what do we have here? Dev print user quarks, right? Let me use that. So I'll create def print user, the function, and it takes the argument here star star quarks. So it says also what? A special parameter. Are we there? Special parameter. What do you want to do? So when you put this, it means you're expecting that what? Whatever the person is going to give is going to be returned as a dictionary. So let's look at this. Are you seeing? That's the function definition. The person gives this. Are you seeing? Name equals age equals 25, role equals to admin. So this, since you have this here, it's going to return all of this as what? It's going to return it in a dictionary. What's going to be returned? So let me just copy this, and you see. Let me just come out of this function. Wait, let me write it here. Then something like this. Let me remove all of this. So that's what it's going to return. This. Now you can use it here. So how do we use it? We can look through it and display all what's there. So for example, you can say for, because see that what makes a dictionary? Key, this is a key. Yeah, the key is what? Name, the value is Alice. Is age, the value is 25. The key here is go, the value is admin. We all know dictionaries, right? When you open a dictionary, you see the word, you see the definition, right? So the word is like the key, the definition is like the value. That's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what happens. So for what? Value in is quarks, right? Quarks dot items. What do we do? Let's print. So let's use f strings. We'll print what? For key, put a key, comma, the value is, we put the value. Why is this showing me this? Missing white space. It's not a must. Maybe it doesn't make sense. Okay, so now if I run this, I put print user, and then I'm going to return something, right? I think let me just return this was here. Let's just return this. I see. For key name, the value is Alice. For key age, the value is 25. For key role, the value is admin. So just go through it and understand it. If there's anything you want me to explain, I can go ahead and do so.
And so quarks it returns only as dictionary. You cannot return in an array or Okay.
It returns as a dictionary.
No other.
If you want an array, ask.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense that you have ask, like star ask, right?
Okay.
And then you want an array, but you're still going to use star ask, star quacks. Doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Are we there? We've
Yeah.
seen that this is right. It returns whatever you give it as a list. That's why I can do this. That's why I can do this, guys. But this one returns whatever I give it as a dictionary. Hmm?
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's continue. We're going to see dictionaries after again. We know how to use return values, right? So def, madarat, return what? A plus B. Oh, wow, I love this one. So look at value, I can return multiple values. I used to returning single values, right? I've never seen returning multiple values. Okay, start believing. Fight everything is possible. All right. You know, we know just one thing. Bash, we tell just one thing.
So this one we were asking us to do yesterday now for assignment. That we should.
No. For the assignment was it said take in multiple lambda, lambda functions.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So we have taken you see it's math operations, right? So you can just get A and get B and then do A plus B, A minus B, A times B at once and return them. At first, let's say C, we have to do what? A function for addition, create another function for subtraction, create another function for multiplication. But you can do this and return everything. It's just if you are sure that no, you want that like you use the same parameters for them, right? Same way like A plus B, A minus B, A times B. Then that's it. Straightforward, you can return all of it. But now the trick comes in when you have to get them, right? So if you can return them like this, then you need to know how
Get them like that.
to get them or to receive or to collect it. Remember when we returns here, let me come back here. When we say okay, let's say here we said sum is equals to what? Add 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Which means that what? Whatever this function is returning is going to be given, right? So sum is going to receive whatever add is going to return. But in this case, because what? Add was just returning one thing. Hmm? The same way this grade was returning just this one thing, right? But now we're returning multiple things. So let me just create a new function, a new file. So let's say return dot py. Okay. Now let's use this. So what's the function? Let's say def ops, like operations, right? So it's taking A and it's taking B, and then want to return A plus B, comma. I see now you use a comma to separate the different things you want to return, right? A minus B, comma, A times B. Why is A giving me this? Missing white space. Wow. Auto. Okay. Now, how do we accept it? How do we collect it? Because right now, if I just say, okay, um, results equal to math ops, they'll put, let's say, 4, comma, 2. And then we'll run it. Let me clear my screen. I put it, let's run it as Python, that's return. I see. Nothing happened. Oh no, nothing was. Let me return it. Let me print it. I've not printed. Print results. How it gives it 628. But what if you wanted just one thing? So you say I first of all, a plus b, that's 4 plus 2 is 6. A minus b, that's 4 minus 2 is 2. A times b, that's 4 times 2 is 8.
Use that for all. Use that particular function for everything.
Yes, I see the return.
Yes,
Mhm. It's returning everything, right? So it returns, I see this is a tuple. This is a particular structure in Python. So I've seen first, we've seen dictionaries, these tuples, but still lists too. So we have lists, we have dictionaries, we have tuples. There's another one, sets. Right now, let's look at this one, tuples. So let's come back here. So how do we receive it? I see you put S, comma D, comma P is equals to what? Math operations. So it's going to pass what? This first one to what? It's going to S. This second one is going to go to D. This third one is going to go to P. So let's do this. Let's come here. Instead of result, or let's leave result, right? And still come down here and say, okay, the first one is sum, one is difference, right? The next is product. Are we there? To what? Math ops, and I'll give it what? Let's give it the same thing, 4 comma 2. They'll print result first,